Nestled high in the rugged mountains of northern Pakistan, the Kalash Valley is a place where time seems to have stood still. This hidden gem is located in the Chitral district of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. It is a home to the enigmatic Kalash people, whose vibrant and mysterious culture sets them apart from the rest of the world. The Kalash Valley is home to a small, unique population of approximately 3,000 Kalash people. Despite their modest numbers, the Kalash maintain their distinct cultural identity and traditions, making their community one of the most intriguing and resilient minority groups in Pakistan. Kalash women are renowned for their striking beauty, characterized by fair skin, blue or green eyes, and vibrant traditional attire. Their grace and beauty are especially noticeable in the valley's beautiful scenery. Marriage customs among the Kalash are unique and often misunderstood by outsiders. While arranged marriages do occur, the Kalash also practice a form of love marriage where women have significant freedom to choose their partners. This is a reflection of the relatively high status of women in Kalash society compared to many other South Asian cultures. Another distinctive tradition is the practice of Bashali, a menstrual seclusion where women retreat to a separate house during their menstrual periods. While this might be viewed negatively from a modern perspective, for the Kalash, it is seen as a time for women to rest and socialize with other women. What do you think about this tradition? Please share your thoughts in the comment below. And Kalash women dress in vibrant, embroidered dresses called shushut or fadi, often adorned with intricate beadwork and cowrie shells. They wear colorful head coverings and elaborate headdresses, sometimes decorated with feathers or beads. Their attire reflects their cultural identity and traditional craftsmanship, making them distinct in appearance. Over the centuries, the Kalash people have faced external pressures to convert to Islam from neighboring Muslim communities. However, they have maintained their unique polytheistic beliefs and cultural practices through resilience and preservation of their traditions, despite occasional challenges to their way of life. Kalash community follow a very unique tradition called Ghona. During Ghona, which typically occurs in late autumn, unmarried Kalash boys and young men take their goats and sheep to higher pastures in the mountains. This tradition serves multiple purposes. It allows the animals to graze on fresh vegetation before winter sets in, helps strengthen bonds between the men and their livestock, and provides a period for young men to demonstrate their readiness for adulthood and responsibilities within the community. It's also seen as a rite of passage into manhood for Kalash boys. The Kalash people traditionally practice animal sacrifice as part of their religious rituals and festivals. Goats are often sacrificed during important ceremonies such as the Chilam Joshi festival, which marks the arrival of spring and seeks blessings for a bountiful harvest. The sacrifice is performed by a designated elder or priest, Joshi, who communicates with the gods and spirits on behalf of the community. The sacrificial act is considered a means of seeking divine favor, purification, and ensuring the well-being of the community. It's important to note that these practices are deeply rooted in Kalash culture and their traditional beliefs, reflecting their spiritual connection to nature and the ancient customs passed down through generations. In the Kalash culture, divorce is known as maslo. Traditionally, divorce among the Kalash is relatively straightforward compared to some other cultures. If a couple decides to separate, they can do so through mutual agreement or by the husband pronouncing divorce verbally. There are no formal legal proceedings involved, and the decision is primarily handled within the community and families involved. After divorce, both parties are free to remarry, and while there may be some social implications, the process itself is generally considered a private matter between the couple and their families. The Kalash people celebrate several vibrant festivals throughout the year, rooted in their unique polytheistic beliefs and cultural heritage. The Chilam Joshi festival marks the arrival of spring with rituals to ensure a fruitful harvest, while Uchal celebrates the summer harvest with dancing, singing, and feasting. Kaumas, the winter solstice festival, involves purification rituals and prayers for prosperity. During these festivals, traditional music, dances like the famous Chirik Pipi dance, and elaborate costumes play integral roles, bringing together the community to honor their gods, spirits, and ancestral traditions amidst the breathtaking landscapes of the Kalash Valley. Alcohol is not traditionally a part of Kalash culture. The Kalash people historically brewed and consumed a fermented beverage known as kamma, which is made from goat's milk. However, the production and consumption of kamma have declined significantly due to cultural changes and influences from surrounding communities. Today, the Kalash people generally do not consume alcohol as a part of their religious and cultural practices. Traditionally, Kalash men wear distinctive attire that reflects their cultural identity. They often wear a white or black woolen cap called a shushut or pakol, adorned with embroidery or decorative elements. This consists of a long-sleeved woolen tunic called a chitrali, which can be plain or decorated with intricate patterns. Typically, they wear loose-fitting trousers called shulwar, which are often paired with leather belts and boots. The burial customs of the Kalash tribe are deeply intertwined with their cultural and spiritual beliefs. When a member of the community passes away, their body is dressed in traditional attire and prepared for burial by family members. The procession to the burial ground is solemn and accompanied by prayers and rituals conducted by a respected elder or joshi, who communicates with spirits and gods to ensure a peaceful transition for the deceased. Kalash burial grounds are typically situated in natural settings, reflecting their reverence for the environment. Offerings of food and symbolic items are placed near the deceased to aid them in their journey to the afterlife. These customs signify the Kalash people's profound respect for their heritage, spirituality, and the cycle of life and death, emphasizing a connection to both their ancestors and the natural world that surrounds them. The religious beliefs of the Kalash people are rooted in an ancient polytheistic tradition that predates major world religions like Hinduism and Islam. The Kalash believe in a multitude of deities and spirits, each associated with different aspects of life and nature. These include gods of fertility, harvest, and protection, among others. They conduct various rituals throughout the year, such as offerings, dances, and prayers, to appease and communicate with their gods and spirits. Festivals like Chilam Joshi, Uchal, and Kaumas are significant occasions for these rituals. Certain locations in the Kalash Valley, including natural landmarks like rivers, trees, and mountains, are considered sacred. Rituals and offerings are often performed at these sites to seek blessings and spiritual guidance. Elders and specially designated individuals known as Joshis play a crucial role in conducting religious ceremonies and interpreting spiritual matters within the community. The Kalash have a rich oral tradition that preserves their myths, legends, and historical narratives, which are passed down through generations to explain their origins and beliefs. Their religious practices are integral to their cultural identity, reinforcing their distinctiveness as a minority group within Pakistan. The Kalash religion reflects a deep connection to their ancestral traditions, the natural environment of the Kalash Valley, and a worldview that emphasizes harmony with nature and community cohesion through shared beliefs and rituals. Kalash homes, known as WA, are typically constructed from stone, mud, and timber, reflecting the rugged terrain and climate of the Kalash Valley. They are usually built in a rectangular or square shape, with thick stone walls and flat roofs. The roofs are often used for drying crops or as additional living space during warmer months. Inside, the homes are divided into several rooms, each serving specific purposes such as sleeping, cooking, and storage. Furniture is minimal, with mats and rugs often used for seating and sleeping. The interiors may be adorned with colorful textiles, carpets, and sometimes intricate wood carvings or paintings, reflecting the Kalash people's artistic traditions. Homes are typically clustered together in villages or hamlets within the valley, often surrounded by terraced fields and orchards. Given the harsh winters and varying climate, Kalash homes are designed to provide insulation and protection from the elements while also accommodating the community's social and cultural activities. These homes reflect the practical needs and cultural heritage of the Kalash people, blending traditional building techniques with elements that sustain their unique way of life in the mountainous region of northern Pakistan.